guys, sorry for the delay, but I'm back. If you guys look at the beginning of the video, there have been no changes at all. I still have the same amazing, horrible everything. So, like I told you guys, I'm not using anything that actually wasn't given to me by the game or acquired by the game. Okay? So I'm trying to keep honest with you guys. I did have to give a little break to get something to eat. So the last video took me a little over 2 hours to get to level 100. I'm also not using any buffs from other players. So what I gonna do right now is I gonna head out and do the witch's quest and finish up the road to the master class. Alright, just one moment. Alrighty then. And I just realized how heavy I am. So I'm just gonna go to the warehouse. Anything I put in the warehouse I'm not taking out. So I have to be careful on that. The reason is I don't want to use anything from other characters. Like I said, I want to make sure anybody who actually does what I'm doing is able to start a character from scratch and actually get somewhere with it. So alright, that should be enough. The witch trials, you don't really get much stuff from it, so the way you do, I like level 100 started because it will get you high enough to get to the other dungeon without having to do some stupid grinding. And trust me, if you have to grind on monsters they're way lower level than you or something like that, it's just not worth it. That's gonna kill you. And I just got to the wrong place. Alright, so you actually have to head to Hondo. Head back to the teleporter. So, the one thing I'm not crazy about this actual quest line is mostly because it's long and some of the things I don't know, I don't feel they're as necessary as they seem to be. Like, for example, those pillars. You keep being bounced around from place to place, and it's not something that could kill you or anything, so you just kind of waste time. I mean, it made sense to a point back in the day, but right now, not really. Alright, so I made a mistake. I need to go back. And the mistake I made was just not to get the buffs. The only reason why I'm doing this is to reduce the amount of time everything takes, because it can be really long. There is some run around to do in this quest, so anyway, I'll cover better in a different video. So I will have some videos coming out discussing a little bit better this quest line and all the other quest lines you have to do in the game. And I'll be honest, one of the hardest things is when you're leveling like me, just using stuff you're finding, and knowing that you have characters with a lot better equipment, but deciding not to use so you can show people how to actually start a brand new account and get your master class is that things take longer than they should. And now that's what I talk about. This is a pain. And the reason why it's a pain is right now I got lucky. I was transferred to the orchard. But if I get the wrong warp gate, I'm transferred all the way back to Red Farm. And honestly, never found out the trick because you can pick different pillars and you may end up being sent back. I think that's what I hate about this trial because it's just a real waste of time. So I just came back right now for part 2. I had to take 5 minutes break, so I decided to split the videos. Alright, if I don't mess it up. Oh, finally. complete. So back in the day, people used to try to do those trials way earlier. Now the reason is level cap master class didn't exist. The level cap was much shorter. The problem when you do as early and you didn't have some of those buffs that they give to you nowadays is that you become quite squishy, and usually you had to use like a higher level player to actually help you out. So the biggest problem back in the day is, as you see I'm bleeding, before at level 100, or well, usually people used to do that around level 50, 60. This much bleeding, when you're fighting anything, will kill you. Nowadays, not such a big deal. Just with those buffs, you have enough to survive, so... Quest complete. Alright, so one important thing in here is when you get to Catan, since you will have to head back here, the best thing to do, at least for a time, is set my return point here. Because trust me, I didn't do that one time, and I pretty much had to run all my way back. Sure. So the area you're actually looking around is around Lake Massey. It's in this area right here. See, one of the problems is I should have had back and as soon as I can, I'm gonna head out to the hidden village because I forgot to get my new profession. If I got my new profession, I actually have a speed boost. It doesn't really trim that much time for me to finish up, but it helps. So, as I mentioned before, to get to 100, it took a little bit over 2 hours. No help, no special equipment, no anything. Pretty much brand new account, brand new character, I mean. Not using my warehouse, not getting anything from my other characters. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause the streaming. Le French. Okay, so I have no pet, man. I'm using a brand new account. I'm using everything new. I'm not transferring anything from my other characters. I'm just pretty much using what I have right now. So you made a good point. I'm gonna just give me a second. I just gonna raise in here. Alright, so we're back. Again, sorry for the delay. I was actually getting the screen a little bigger. It was brought up to me that it was kind of small to see, so EU. Oh, European. Not really sure. Now there's only 2 servers, so I'm playing the US server. Actually, to be honest, at this point, I think everybody's together because I meet people from every single country besides Asian countries. Yeah, that's right. So I was never actually able to see the other servers. I mean, even using VPN, so... Oh, nice. I played with French people in the NA servers. So, are the European servers more crowded? I'm just wondering. You see, I played the game since it came out. I just had like large gaps of time where I stopped playing. Oh, nice. Thanks, man. The truth is, for me, Rappelz is a love-and-hate relationship, and it's kind of the whole. I wish I saw more people playing, not like in the beginning where you would spend a few hours trying to even log on. You know what I mean? But it's always been a fun game. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I remember. Do you remember trying to log into Horizon and actually being able to without your computer crashing? I agree. Some people kept really asking the developers to, do a full reboot almost. I don't mean like what they did Secret World Legends, that they pretty much took everything people had worked on for years away. More like what they did to World of Warcraft. I think this game, in 2006, I was amazed with the graphics. I was in love. I had to play this game. And the game was still on beta. And was just awesome and beautiful. And I don't think they needed to have, like, spend that much time just adding graphics. There's some changes on the graphics. I don't know if you saw, like, more end game. They try to make the graphics better, but it's still one of the problems I have is resolution. I can't actually get really high resolution windowed. I can't make it bigger, and if I go full screen, it's 720, but it gives me issues to be able to stream and stuff like that. So because the game itself and the population is pretty fun. I mean, besides one or two people, I really never had a problem. Alright, I need to check some 2 seconds, be right back. Well, you're right. But the problem is not just the computer in itself. It's I had to move a couple of things around, so I don't have my 2 screens going on, or I could have just shot in one of them. Also, I just started using that OBS streaming software. So I'm still trying to figure out some stuff. Well, the other thing too is I came to Brazil to visit some family, spending the year in here. So one of the issues I had is I can't upgrade some things in my computer because tax in here just double the price of anything. So I'm having a little bit of a problem with that. Oh no, that's the main reason why most people actually stick to this game. I mean, right now you can pretty much, you know, you can tame like 95% of all the creatures in this world. I remember that was one of the coolest things because it didn't have to be a certain profession to actually do it. In general, you could tame anything. So it was just awesome. But you see, one of the issues I really have is games back in the day used to try something different. Like Rappelz had, the pad system that just amazing. Anarchy Online, the classes they had were completely different and was pretty much the first MMO kind of in the future, in space kind of deal. Um, Star Wars Galaxies, they pretty much innovated in the way they made class until they kind of mess it up. But at the same time, I'm not saying Star Wars Galaxies was perfect. I think it felt perfect because you could just be anything you really wanted. Yeah, I have to look up. I heard about the private server, but honestly, I really haven't seen it. I mean, okay, I did see about the private server. It just, I guess that was in one of my ways out of the game, because I had a few of those. So, never really got into it. Yeah, so that's my thing. I'm trying to figure out OBS right now because I just installed that. Usually, what I used to do was I used to record my videos and just post. I just decided to do that more of a live, and that has to do with some of the other players that do like speedruns and everything, but they use pretty much stuff from other characters or materials from the cash shop. So what I decided to do was brand new account, spending no money, anything, just to, show people that they can actually play the game without spending anything. Takes a little bit longer, an hour or two, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, my only thing really, it's not that I can't um, get the stuff I need, and I do have, it's not much, but it's because I suffer in here. I have a 182 with plus 24 weapon, plus 24 armor with plus 22, 23, and 21 pieces. And since I've been in the game since beginning of '07, end of '06, I kind of, I think you get invested to the game, you know what I mean? Or at least the server. Yeah, definitely. For some reason, I always keep coming back because the people I know in the game. It's I sometimes I don't think it's just for the game. I think is most people in the community, with rare exceptions, they make it worth it. So now, yeah, what he said is I remember when it was very easy to find teams. And the other thing is, like, now I think a lot of people get closer, like, as friends in this game because you end up just teaming with the same people the whole time. You know what I mean? Wow, dude. I done close, but not that close. I mean, I remember when I was part of the guild Road to R7, I remember pretty much having to, like, waking up and people are all dead around me, or they're like, dude, are you awake? Are you awake? Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, I remember them times. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, for the most part, unless there are teams with people paying rupees to actually get you higher level. What the hell? Really, PK? So I love this thing. Someone's trying to PK me. Um, what really makes no sense because they're not doing anything besides annoying me. Man, I swear to God, I can just even in the state of this game, like we, I doubt she can make enough damage on me or me make enough damage on her to actually, I can stay here for half an hour or more, and we'll just heal eventually. Oh, dude, I miss that stuff. Look at that. This corruptor in here. I think it's nap time for some kids. Jesus. Alright, people. I forgot to. Ah, yeah, kill the witch. I just love that it's just following me for the sake of following me. Oh, every now and then it still does. The only thing is they start actually banning some people. Um, like for example, if I had lost a kill, um, or if I had killed one of the bosses and someone PK'd me so they could get like an actor card or something like that, people now get banned. I don't know how they're doing. You have to report. Some people used to be problems like they really didn't let the players actually play the game. So I just came back to the game for a week, so oh man, I remember like when I got to 182 or actually around 170, we didn't have many people in this level, so and I had pretty high gear. And every now and then I was running around because someone had taken one of the dungeons and was not letting any kids like actually level or anything. They would walk into a dungeon and just die. So that was messed up. I mean, if someone a 170 attacks a 170, I got it. Yeah, every now and then. They just go crazy. But it usually is when people invade the cities, attacking. Do you remember when, pretty much, if you were Azura and you walked into another city, you're just dead? Oh, they still have those too. Rupee cell sites, it's rare though. I did see one popping up a couple of times, but I don't feel it's worth it. I don't know. People just, I guess. Because honestly, after you get to like level 160, you make money. Yeah, I remember. Nowadays, I just go to Horizon to level until I can get in the dungeon. What takes me like 2 minutes. Before I had to go to Catan, what made me have to run around like a maniac. Because everything seems to be far in Catan, so... Yeah, I think it was Epic 5 maybe that they changed that, where you're kind of safe in the cities. Alright, I just joined the guild. Not my usual guild, but hey, it's VIP, right? So, I hate that they moved the fanatics now because they're all over. They're not concentrated in one area, and it just makes long. All right, so funny enough, I was actually invited by the person that was attacking me, and was pretty cool because there's they see I have no gear, so they're actually offering me, help. If I need any help, let them know. What is cool? That's what I'm saying. They're attacking me not exactly to kill me, but more in the sense, to test me out and stuff. So that was fun, and I guess that's why I keep coming back to this game. Wow, dude. So back when you started being able to tame orcs, do you remember how much it was? It was like 85,000 or something, or 85 million. Like the economy was, everything was so cheap in the market, like it was stupid. Now I did like the look of the market prior. You had those statue-like things and right outside the horizon. I don't know if you remember that. It was just crazy. Yeah, now when you talk about like, oh, I got a billion, it used to be a lot of rupees. Every time I come to the game, one of the two, it's they actually added to where you can have, I think, 1 trillion rupees or something like that, or 100 billion rupees. It, somehow we lose people in the game, but the economy just goes to hell. Nice, man. I'll tell you, Epic 3 was fun. It was hard. I mean, Trainee Island used to take forever. And as soon as you got out of there, you also in trouble. I don't know if you remember before we had actual dungeons. Whoa. See, I never actually directly bought rupees. The worst I ever done was buy stuff in the cash shop, just sell for rupees. I know. But see, and I think that's a good and bad thing, what they're doing now. Um, it is quicker to get to master class, but the problem is they completely abandoned the lower levels. So what they did was they made it a lot easier for you to get to around 160 and 170, and then you have to work your way up. Now, honestly, I don't even stay in Training Island. I don't think anybody actually does. Maybe during events, some people may go in there so they can kill low enough level, just spend more time, kill faster, but honestly, it's not a thing anymore. See, but the thing is, there's still a lot of people paying a lot of money in the most if they don't know better. What? 1 billion? Oh, 100 billion? I'm kind of lost. It's a big number, man. Oh, finally, Jesus! I hate to wait for those guys because waiting do not add to my experience in the game. Dude, that's a lot of rupees right there. Just saying. Oops. Yeah, even so, 100, dude, 100 billion is still a lot. But again, I had a perfect scroll that was worth 70 billion. So yeah, if I knew I could sell for that money, I just, I should make a business out of it. That's crazy. No, actually, no. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, MMO Cell. I know the company. I never used them, so like, I know them because they're notorious. Oh wow. Well, you know how it is, man. Gotta make that money somehow. But honestly, with the amount of players, even a lot of people still spend some good amount of money in the cash shops. You know, they have to maintain. And I'll give one thing to them. They do spend a lot of time adding stuff to this game. That's so messed up, man. Well, look, the way I see is, the only reason why I don't fully blame them, and I know that just destroys the economy in the game, but it's because they do put epics all the time. Like, I'm not defending the company. I have other issues with them, but I don't know how much revenue they see from the cash shop. I know a lot of people do actually spend a good bit of money. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how much money they're putting on the game and how much they're getting. But it is interesting and it's good to know. Yeah, it makes sense. And actually, probably webzen wouldn't be able to get away selling rupees on the cash shop. No, it's an awesome FYI, man. Yeah, and the thing is, when people feel they're getting a deal, even when they're not, they just look happy. You know, they stuck up for webzen, even if they're actually paying webzen for it. Hey man, never old enough to learn. You know what I mean? Man, that game took more than 4 years for me. But again, if I put it all the time I play together, I have a few years. Because basically, I would play for a few months and then leave the game. Something would upset me. Right now, class balancing is killing me. I actually made a mercenary because I couldn't stand some of that stuff. And by the way, thank you. That's awesome. And if you know any cool game, uh, I usually like to look at games that most people have forgotten, like Anarchy Online, for example. Yeah, but let me know, or even new games, some stuff that have been coming out even for mobile. Just hit me up. Alright, so I forgot again. No, I didn't. Alright, I need to run for a second. Alright, so the problem when you start trying to move too fast, that you forget to have things to do prior. Alright, so I made a huge mistake where instead of actually going for my mercenary, I end up going for a knight. So I need to make a slight change. Now understand, these knights are actually not bad at all. But the only thing is, you have to wear a shield or it's really not that worth. Alright, so basically for right now I'm gonna just skip what I have. Yeah, Perfect World I'm gonna be playing. They also came out just now with mobile version. I'm debating between trying one of the two. I actually have Perfect World installed. I think what I'm gonna be doing is part of next week I'm gonna dedicate to make some tutorials for Rappelz. What should be pretty quick. I have most of the footage already. And then I'm gonna actually jump into Perfect World. And I may actually do both the mobile version and the regular online version. So I can actually compare both of them. Again, thanks, man. Really nice to meet you, and yeah, I'll be around. If you have any ideas, any games, even if they're not MMOs, let me know. I have a few that I just have to put on the work to do the review. Some are really fun. Some are actually quick games, 20-minute stops. But I had a lot of fun, so yeah, definitely let me know. Have a good night, man. Alright. So since I made a mistake when picking my profession, I need to take a second. So basically what happened is, for a knight, I need a shield. And because my intention had been to go mercenary or soldier, I sent all my shields to the warehouse. Now, it would be fair for me to actually pick up a shoot in the warehouse, but I have one in here, and I really don't want to feel like I got something from a different character, even I don't think I have any shields. What I'll do is, since I have 6 min in here, I'm just gonna try to get a weapon that I can use. And that would be a one-handed mace. So this is not by far one of the greatest weapons in the world, but people are selling for 3 billion. What I don't get it, but it's alright. Alright, so this guildie is actually so I'm explaining to my guildie Alright, so that guildie, really nice, was actually trying to give me a heal pad. The only thing is I'm explaining that I'm doing this for YouTube, but it's pretty fun. I mean, so I'm just kind of explaining that I can't accept for what I set out to do for this video. So it's nice, but I do have heal pads. I have all that stuff I could be using then. I just choosing not to. You guys gotta keep me honest, you know what I mean? Man, I'll tell you, this is the worst part of this game. Alright, not bad. Alright, now I'm ready. Make sure I have everything up so I don't make that mistake again. Alright, so for me, this is always the worst part of leveling. Is when you get to this point. Basically because you need to achieve about 20 levels in here before you can actually go and do your master trials. It's a lot easier if you actually, you know, if you use someone else's gear or another character's gear, because, well, you just kill things faster. Now, there's always a couple of things I could have done, and it's try to tame a couple of pets to be able to use on my belt. The only downside on that is it does take time. But again, as you guys may have seen, I had someone invite me to a guild and actually offering me, a health pad for free. So it's not really a big issue because you will have some of the other players trying to help you. The only reason I am refusing help right now is, basically because I want to prove that you can actually level with no help and without spending any money. So, since experience may vary and you may not be lucky to find another player that will actually help you, I'm just going that way and not accepting any help. Like I said, people do talk. You will make friends. So pretty much every chance you can, just talk to people. One thing that may help me, since I was called to a guild, I'm not going to consider that actual, getting help from people since it's coming from me. So what I'm gonna do is I don't have 1,000,000 rupees. I do have one. And I'm gonna get a 5% buff. Well, actually, it's 14%. So that will add to my speed and it will also add to my damage. And that's the kind of stuff that usually keeps you alive in these games. So by the way, I know the video is reaching an hour and 55 minutes right now, but actually I have played for an hour and a half since level 100. added to the about 2 hours, so I'm at 3 hours 30 minutes. Set up the alarm. Because then I have time to clean downstairs. How we can make coffee, we can get stuff ready instead of last minute break.
Wasn't trying to. It's the
Okay.
coolest thing I have on right now.
Whoop.
It's hot.
I say something nice.
Thank you. No, it's hot. My room is right now.
Turn the AC up. It's because it had cooled down. So I, you know, I dropped in.
So I sent things to your Facebook. Saturday Night Live did a trailer for Oscar the Grouch after the Joker. It's awesome.
And I died. Okay, so I am going to use Godmother
That's my bad.
Godmother Fairy Bottle, basically because I didn't pay for it.
Same things that complain that's not me. My bad.
And again, good thing I paid attention to that because I was about to. Uh-oh. Okay.
Have you seen something on Twitter? I should ask them to watch it together.
Sure. Tomorrow. I waited until now to watch videos. I have a chance. I have about 10,000 chances. I told you when I got stop and give me a second? Can I finish instead of talking to you for a second? Probably it's not the yeah. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna stop at the 2 hour mark. It's actually an hour and a half that I did from 120, from level 100. So, and I'll pick it up tomorrow. It's kind of late. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Take good care, and goodbye.